What is a ripoff?
But a foolish meme ready for building. I don't know. It was either that or I was going to say there are images in this game because I still love that.
Very spooky images that are not for virgin eyes.
Also, we're not skipping this song. I fucking love it.
I did not skip it.
The song is fantastic.
It's
I forgot it's
very
so,
trendy, so...
How about a history lesson, ladies and gentlemen? Konami, way back in the heyday, saw the success of Resident Evil, and they wanted to have their own they wanted their own piece of that Resident Evil pie, so they commissioned one of their teams to make one. However, when things weren't going the way they wanted to, they gave up all their fucks and just said, "Screw it, just do whatever you want with it." And what came of that? Came about something that actually was able to rival Resident Evil at the time.
In my opinion,
because
in my opinion, I find this series scarier than Resident Evil, no matter what. But Resident Evil is still alive today, so.
Yeah.
I think the issue is that I think the stories that they wanted, for the most part, there'll be some stinkers we gotta deal with later. I think the direction of the story and the world building they did, was I think far more in depth than what Resident Evil was doing. But gameplay wise, Resident Evil. How about this? I think Resident Evil knew how to evolve itself better than this game did. This franchise.
In a matter of speaking.
But all we need to know is that this was the start of an incredible, I would almost call this the popularization of, if Resident Evil was action horror, then this would, I think, be the start of, psychological, suspenseful horror.
Survival.
I guess.
Well, I mean, technically
This is
Resident Evil is
actual
a survival horror thing first, but this is a lot more in the psychological sense than the just standard sense that Resident Evil was doing.
How about this? Resident Evil was trying to be Evil Dead, for a lack of a better term.
A B schlocky summer hit film.
This
Pretty much
was trying to be an actual horror. An actual what's a good horror movie around that time that wasn't schlocky?
Exorcist?
Exorcist. Something like Exorcist, maybe Alien.
Oh
stuff
god.
Like that. Whoa.
And that is how we are going to pay a very sudden visit to Silent Hill. The original PlayStation 1 version, because I'm so sorry, HD Trilogy, I don't recognize you. So.
Yeah.
I don't even think this game was included in the HD version.
Oh no, all there was 2 and 3. That was it.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it is 2. Yeah, no, it was only 2 and 3 because
fuck, it was.
I know a lot of people fucking hate 4, but I thought that 4 was the last good Silent Hill game.
It was an interesting take. It was an interesting take of what they were trying to go for.
Yeah,
but that's something we can cover at another time. So meet Harry Mason.
Mary Hasten. Mary Hasten, everybody.
He makes haste because his daughter's out there in the cold.
How about
Make
this?
haste, Harry Mary.
Hold on. Meet Dracula.
Which,
Do you want to know me?
Shocker to me, everybody.
Same here.
Today I learned that this was the same actor that went on to become Dracula.
What is a man?
A miserable little pile of secrets.
Symphony of the Night, yeah. Or was it?
This is my first time knowing this too.
By the way, so as the very quick history lesson that nobody really needs to know because
already does know.
It's its oldest time with this game. One of the big things that I would say this game was it was innovative in that they knew how to play with what they had. They knew that the PlayStation 1 couldn't handle a wide open area, because I will give this over Resident Evil. Silent Hill has a much larger map, because you're exploring a whole town at some points. So how do they get around the graphical limitations of loading an entire city? Only render so much of it. Okay, but if you can only have so much of the town rendered at a moment, what do? Stop. You introduce a plot element of the fog.
And it is thick.
Which, by the way, the fog, it is pretty much the staple of Silent Hill. Fog is the one thing people remember about Silent Hill. You hear that HD remake of 2? Fog is the #1 thing about Silent Hill. You don't take away the fucking fog!
Because then it shows all the imperfections. And
you keep that fog machine on full blast.
I swear to God, if
that's how go ahead.
I swear to God, if the remake
God.
gets rid of the fog, I will actually punch my computer.
Oh dear. I mean, it's.
I
only
don't
the
blame him
peop-
for that.
I mean, it's only the people who did Layers of Fear. I'm sure they're not.
Ah!
But I mean, because again, like the fog works. Fog is these little. Oh yeah. Also, this is a big show off to Resident Evil. Dynamic moving cameras.
Yeah, because the environments in Silent Hill are fully three-dimensional. All Resident Evil had at the time were 2D backdrops that you can only really move around with camera snaps and all that.
That is also
Which
true.
actually, can somebody check for me the budgets between this game and
hang on,
Silent
listen.
Oh,
There's a siren.
I love this.
Oh boy.
That's
There's
the
another
air raid
guess.
siren, which is another big thing of Silent Hill. This
Oh.
would kind of become more touched upon in later games, but typically in Silent Hill, when you hear a air raid siren, things are about to get freaky.
I'm not going
That
to
time
lie.
already?
The siren, I legitimately think might be, to me, the creepiest sound in all of video games, because
Really?
because it's always distant. It's haunting. It's not blaring in your ears. You only ever hear it at a distance. And when you hear it, you know something is going to happen. But you
Something
don't know
I agree.
when it will strike.
I agree.
That's
with
why-
that.
that's why
I
I
do agree
think-
with that. That is generally
Ooh.
creepy.
Yeah, that's why I think that the sirens are the most, perfect horror sounds for video games.
Oh,
It's a
come
dead
on.
end. Run!
Run away!
Get out of there! I'm moving!
Pass, Logan. Run for your life!
Get off! Ow!
Stop breaking my ankles.
I'm moving!
Don't make me go.
Don't do that. I have to edit that in later. Unless that was from your soundboard.
It's from my.
Oh, thank goodness. Also, we're trapped.
I'm pretty sure I've said this. I'm pretty sure I've said this before. Every sound I do is always going to be in my audio soundboard because it is from voice mod.
I mean, if you
Fair
already have,
enough.
yeah, I was about to say, if you already have it, why use the Discord soundboard for anything? Oh, ow!
I'd rarely use that fucking Discord soundboard.
You nicked your
Game
leg.
over.
You can't show me where I got game over.
Well,
around
that is
the
it,
game here.
people. I hope you enjoyed
That was our
But no.
dip into the nightmare.
Ugh. What a
And
bad
thank
scene.
goodness, these developers were nice, Matt. Any FMV cutscene, which did use motion capture for the time, very revolutionary, I guess. Any FMV cutscene does not have dialogue, so I don't have to worry about talking over without subtitles.
That's good.
That's a relief.
That's good.
How do you feel?
Who
Like
is this?
shit.
Who is this
Got
person,
run
Matt?
over by a truck. But I'm all
Oh
right.
God, what is her name? I forgot her name. Legitimately.
I'll look it up.
You from around?
Wasn't
Also-
that officer something?
So, I mean,
Yeah,
I think
yes!
I feel like I should remember the name, but I don't
Wait
know
a
off the top of
second,
my
I'm
head.
just a tourist.
Officer, what's her name? I heard you have a princess.
I want to say it starts with an S or something. It's either an M or an S. I want to say it starts
Si-
with.
Cyril? No.
Oh,
Cyril
Sybil.
Bennett. Cyril Bennett.
No,
Sarah Bennett.
Sybil
Oh, Sybil.
Sybil.
Civil.
Sybil Bennett.
Okay.
I'd like to
Wait a
find
minute. Is
out
that
And,
Sybil with a C or S?
C. Unfortunately,
C,
C.
okay.
But I mean, you were close. It does have a s
A
sound to it.
Is
I
she-
do have.
little girl.
I
Very
would
close.
like somebody really quick to
Just
look
turned
up for
7
me
last month.
the budgets
Short back
between
here.
this game and
I'll check.
Resident Evil 1
My daughter.
because I feel like the budget in this game I felt like was higher and that's why they could get away with so much.
That could be it.
Let's see.
Where is
Silent Hill 1's
everybody?
budget.
Yeah.
Alright, so the production budget for.
Believe me.
Oh, wait, these are for the movies. Hold on a moment.
Not the
Yeah, no,
movies.
video
although,
games.
although I would be very curious to see how those two movies compare because both these franchises have been on the silver screen
That's
now.
all I know.
And oddly
Yeah.
enough, the first Silent Hill movie is fairly decent. It's its own thing, but it's like a retread of the first two games, but its own like separate world.
Harry Mason.
It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
So
It's okay.
Apparently, for Silent Hill, the budget was somewhere between
I'm a
3 and
police
5
officer
million
around
US
the next
dollars.
town over.
Wow,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
For Resident
What about
Evil?
Resident Evil? Yeah.
Phones are all dead, and the radio
One.
too.
What was the production
I'm going
cost
back to
for
call
the
in some
first Resident
reinforcements.
Evil? Let's see.
Hmm.
Where was it?
If it's more, I'm going to be surprised.
Hold it. Where do you think you're going?
No, not the
My
movies.
daughter.
The movies are there.
But PS1.
Look,
Put
look up
PS1.
look up Resident Evil PlayStation
No
or
way.
PSX or budget.
It's
Yeah.
dangerous out there.
My phone.
Oh no!
I need to find
My phone!
Cheryl's my little
Take
girl.
that out.
Oh no! Father, help!
I can't just leave her out there by herself.
Have you got a gun?
Ew, I have a gun. It's America, my dear. I believe. Oh, we don't.
Take
She's
this.
very trusting, though, so she just gives us
Have to
this.
use it.
I will say, like, better than the police officer in Resident Evil
Know who
7,
you're
I'll
shooting.
say.
So according to this one Reddit
Don't
post I
do it
saw,
unless you have to.
someone is claiming that they
Request
only
a
had
payment
10,000
sale.
USD, but I don't think that's correct. Someone
That-
claimed that they
no.
only had $10. I think that's a little more reasonable.
That's...
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
what?
No.
Yeah, I'm not
Your
seeing
best to
any
stay nearby.
concrete proof of like how much
Gather
Resident Evil
help
1's
as quickly
budget
as I
was.
can.
But I
Yeah,
assume
I'm
it had to
not
have been
trying to-
somewhere not too far, like somewhere around the same as this.
Right. Well, and or less, given again the whole like cutback in visuals. So this is our
Not to
inventory
mention
screen.
that. Not to mention, how much did a million cost in 1996 versus 1998?
I mean that's true. Plus inflation and stuff. So right away before we leave, let's get our goodies we're gonna need. Being a health drink, we'll be using these.
You can stuff
a
as many
flashlight
of those in your pants as you want.
and a
Woo!
map of the area. Which will update itself as we explore, but you won't be able to see where you are. What the hell is that?
I was about to say, sir, what the fuck was that? I just saw it for a split second.
And this is how we save. And unlike the Resident Evil, we can save as often as we want.
Yep,
Hooray.
no need to worry about inkwells or anything of the sort.
All right. Well, I am just going to go and
Just gonna
acquire
equal
some
ink
other
ribbons.
things I could. We should check for anything else. Okay, let's see if I can find anything else useful.
Well, you got your guns, so that's one thing.
Oh, we're gonna definitely need this. The other big thing, first of all, another health drink. In case I should ever run out of ammo, a knife. And the other big thing that is predominant for this series anyway, the radio.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The radio
boy.
is important because the radio does not pick up on normal frequencies. However, what the radio does pick up is the presence of otherworldly
that?
entities.
Huh. Radio. What's going on with that radio?
Sound it out, everybody. Radio.
Radio. Pick up
Now.
the radio.
Can you say hellspawn?
You probably can't because you're too young to be watching this production.
Also, let us talk about this amazing soundtrack in this game. How it's terrifying and how it was made from, I'm not shitting you, dental screws.
Dental screws.
I'm
sorry.
I know the final boss song was using dental screws. Were all songs made using it?
Quite a few songs were made using the dental screws, because if you listen, it's like, you hear the like the pitched up dental screws and all that. It's like using the chainsaw in Doom.
Oh, and Doom, right? Basically, they take the sound of the, and they actually use that to pitch shift up and down.
Yep.
It's unsettling. But I love that dedication. I love let's get into the mindset of this being just something like not. That's also the fun thing is that like dental tools by themselves should not be scary, but it's the tone, the feeling of it that's enough to like put you
They're
off.
scary
And,
to a
like,
lot of people.
and it's but for others it's such a mundane part of life. Like yes, their dentists exist. I'm sorry, everybody. There's a dentist living in your neighborhood. I'm sure.
And he is very much looking forward to his next patient.
Ha ha ha. So
It better not
Would
be
you
me,
say that
goddammit.
he's patient for them?
In a matter of speaking.
So
Again, it better be not me, goddammit.
So to quickly explain how I'm going to be doing a lot of this game, I'm going to do my best to find as many goodies as I can. Whenever you hear that sound, be careful because it must mean hello. It must mean that there's a monster nearby.
Or you're currently
just
robbing a grocery store.
Because I want some supplies and I want to be overstocked, such as another health drink.
Oh, I mean, yeah, no, Silent Hill will let you do that because unlike Resident Evil, that gave you some pretty piss poor pocket space. You can carry as much shit as you want in this game, whether it be health drinks or any
Weapons.
or any weapons you can grab, like machine guns or anything, or pistols or anything like that.
Yep.
Thank God.
You will need to collect ammo for all of them, though. But also, it's got a massive.
Well, that doesn't take much space either.
Oh yeah, no, it's
like.
So I'm going to do
listen,
my best.
Harry Mason here can literally run circles around Guybrush Threepwood on occasion.
Depending on the tools he needs, yes. So another thing worth noting, I'm just going to start running. I will do my best to cut out any times. This game, for what it's worth, I will say, actually doesn't have a whole lot of backtracking, thank goodness. But it can take some time to familiarize yourself with where you can go in the city. All right, so
that to mention that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this that Silent Hill is unfortunately home to many tourist traps, or as what game developers like to call dead ends.
Yes, whatever realm we're in, because all we know is that both Officer Sybil and myself both crashed or did something that with a vision of a girl. Don't.
Hello.
Bark. Excuse me. We're gonna go back to this alleyway to see if we can find our daughter Cheryl. All we know is that. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, you finish what you were saying first.
Just that we have no idea how we happened upon this city. But if we ever try to if we ever try to walk around and leave, yeah, it's like massive holes, massive pits in the earth. Like we're just almost like just stranded in the middle of like reality or whatever. Like we don't know where anything is. But we didn't find our daughter, but we did find a map.
She went to school.
She went to Skull.
Skull.
Skull. And now we know we need to get to that elementary school.
Where is this Skull?
Skull is found there.
Where is this Skull Island?
But before we leave, we also want to make sure we check this. It's me. That doesn't look like me at all. I have buggy eyes.
Oh my god. Cheryl thinks Daddy's seen some shit.
Alright, and let's also acquire a upgrade to our melee capabilities.
Ah, steel pipe. the Mizuke Date special.
Oh my god, you're right. Look at that. But anyway, you were saying, Matt, earlier about about our movement or about the town and our whereabouts within.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was going to talk about. I wanted to talk about actually the monsters there.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah. I feel like the monsters in this first game they're not as iconic as the monsters later in the series. However, I love the monsters in the Silent Hill games. The fact that each one is a representation of whoever the town is deciding to torture, teach a lesson, and all that. And, you know, I do not like when they bring back the monsters when they don't need to be brought back.
But Matt, it's marketability. It's the mascot, because that's what a horror franchise needs, a mascot.
Fuck them.
Now that I think about it, does Resident Evil even have a mascot?
I mean, the closest we ever got to... The closest we ever got... One could claim the closest we ever got was maybe Nemesis or Wesker.
I'd say either Wesker, Chris, or Leon.
Let's see. Probably Doghouse, though I'm not sure since there's no dog around here. Do you see a dog, Dora? I don't see a dog anywhere around me. Nothing in particular around here.
There's the dog. And he tore your ear off.
Okay. Sorry.
Can you please throw up the picture of the dog jumping just as he's reading?
Yeah, I know. That's a meme somewhere. I managed to unintentionally cover.
So, real quick, backing up to something that Matt was bringing up earlier, how the monsters in Silent Hill usually reflect around the guilt of our protagonists. Though I have to ask, what would Harry Mason here have to feel guilty about?
Honestly, nothing. Harry Mason actually, as far as I'm aware, does not have a lot to feel guilty about. This is I think one of the only, I feel like this is actually one of the few times, and it started off with the whole franchise, this is one of the only times where Silent Hill actually, oh crap, this is supposed to be the road to the school. Doghouse on 11th Street. Okay.
Didn't we just check a doghouse?
Yes, but now that you've seen this, now you'll actually be able to find the thing we need to find in the doghouse.
Oh.
It's a puzzle. But
you're not going to check those other papers?
Nah, I tried. It didn't. I guess they were not important.
Oh well.
So we're gonna go back to the doghouse. But anyway, this is I think the rarest time where the town is actually not even meant to be the story. Like I could maybe you could call it a retcon, Matt, Doug, but it's like what's actually like this, the whole story of what's going on in this town has nothing to do with punishing our protagonist. It's involving something else.
Right, because I think that whole thing about the town being a construct just to punish its visitors wasn't really a thing until Silent Hill 2 and onward.
I believe so, yes.
For now, it's just spooky town.
Let's see. So, and I will do my best to explain. Darn, this is gonna be the part where Hype cannot join us at the moment. Maybe he'll join us later, but I know this is not exactly his cup of tea franchise. But
well, then again, he's never been a horror buff in the first place.
That's fair. Unless it's Ghosts and Goblins related.
Yeah,
or House of Dead, but those are like schlocky horror, not.
They're less horror games and more so just games with a horror theme to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got three
cartoon horror games.
So
Exactly.
we got three keys. One is in an alleyway, one's at the very edge of town, and one's in that circled area.
Which,
so
speaking
let's
of,
go and grab them.
Which, speaking of, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we do still have plans to do Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection at some point or another. I just can't begin to say when we'll do it because I kind of feel like we're due for some practice.
Yeah, well, we just gotta practice and set it up. It probably will not be in time for get out of here.
You shut his date.
Not for this Halloween. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even say we really need to do it specifically for Halloween. But again, it's just one of those things where we considered it, but not right now.
Right. Oh yeah, I guess now's a good time as any to talk about combat really quick. Combat is. I mean, we're a normal dude. We're not some like action hero guy like Leon or Chris or even a Jill. So we can't act. So we're meant to be pretty clumsy with our combat.
From what I remember, Harry Mason is just a simple writer. Like he doesn't really have any sort of combat expertise on him aside from just only now learning how to use a gun.
Right. Fortunately, guns auto target as long as you're facing the enemy. You can reload by pressing, I believe, the square button. X. It's like I need to remind myself the controls. It's been a while. I'm doing this post-com, by the way, so I could edit all this footage together. But I believe it's like you have to hold down, I think, L1 or something to ready the gun, then press X to fire, press square to reload it, which is nice. It can auto-reload. What else? And do note that when you're fighting an enemy, even if they fall down to the ground, especially if your radio's still going off, they may not actually be dead. They could be playing dead. So make sure you pop them a few times until you see blood pool up under them. Then you'll know you've actually killed them.
Oh, so just like in Resident Evil.
Yep, which is what, again, I love this game, don't get me wrong, but again, what is a ripoff? Because it started life as that. You cannot tell me otherwise.
I mean, yeah, but I would. I don't know. At the very least, though, in some ways, if we look back in like the annals of history, through the annals of history, we could say that this at least evolved to become its own like. It adapted its own identity.
Right, like again, like once Konami gave zero fucks and just said that they can do whatever they want with it, that's exactly what they did. They just put their own spin on it, and it just became it was able to stand on its own two legs much more than any other ripoff at the time.
I think exactly. I just think this game does a very good job of like, it's very moody. Like you'll know, not a lot of opportunities will there be music. When it's there, it's there and it's meant to be freaky in your head, or try to give you some respite when you're with a character who you believe you can trust. More on that later. But it's meant to be more ambient. Like I know this is the part where but Logan, you've seen many video essays talk about it all the time. Careful, don't. Oh jeez.
That's right. Can you fall?
I don't know actually. Whoa! Besides that guy trying to dive bomb me. Also, if you're on normal difficulty, this game is still gonna, freaking like give me health rings out the wazoo. Thankfully, it did not, and I got all the keys I needed. Let's go.
Onward.
So I'll do some editing. to get rid of the backtracking where I can. Got all the keys in there. The Lion, Witch, and the wardrobe. Ha ha ha. Open.
The Lion, the Witch, and the audacity of that bitch.
This bitch.
Uh-oh.
What?
You shooting
It is now dark, which must mean it is getting close to the second phase of the horror. Fortunately, I got a little flashlight.
Wouldn't it be a shame if this thing ran out of battery?
Oh my god! Don't make me think about that right now.
They would do that.
They would do that. I think also
they would
this
do that
lighting,
to fuck with the people.
I think also this lighting was ahead of its time. I want to say. I think
Yeah, no, it's like I can't think of any other game at this time that pulled off dynamic lighting quite like this.
Right.
It's impressive.
Like from a light source onto 3D environments like this. Let's see. Should we mention the combat? Excuse me. I'm just doubling back over here because I want to get some more items. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. They're gonna give me a freaking butt ton of healing items. Even like, I haven't actually played this on hard, which brings me to the point of. So when I was considering doing the Silent Hill franchise, which I still want to do, the topic came up of compared to.
Stay down. Stay down, Bessie.
Similar to Resident Evil, there are. He's not dead yet. No blood. Captain.
Maybe
no splash.
I'm pretty sure you can kick down foes in this game, much like in the sequels.
Oh yeah, you can. I mainly save that for if I have a better weapon.
Well, I think in the sequels, I think you absolutely have to do that if you want to properly take them out.
Really?
I think that's how it works.
I still see movement.
He's still twitching.
There we go. Anyway,
sorry, Mrs. Johnson. I had to put old Robert down.
No, Robert. He had nothing to do with this. Where's going with this? So similar to Resident Evil, Silent Hill does have multiple endings.
It does. But I don't think. But on your first playthrough, you only get like the true one. But then afterwards, the sky's the limit.
Right. Okay. So by that we mean, what James means by that is there's the true route, which there is actually 3 different endings along this path, James. There's a bad ending, a sort of good ending, and then the
extended ending, assuming you're able to save Sybil.
Right, which I'm going to try my best to save Sybil. Why I say that? I beat this game. I will save Sybil. I
will save the lady.
I'm going to do my best. So yeah, fine. Let's all play pretend because it's a post-com. Why not? I'm going to do my darndest, viewer, to get the best ending by, solving the big puzzles. There is in fact a UFO ending in this game. But in order to get the UFO ending, it unfortunately can only be done in New Game Plus, which
right,
and you have to get a pretty fair way to New Game Plus. So I thought at that point, it's not really worth my time. Like,
and you know what? I was thinking of Silent Hill 2 when I was saying that you only get the true ending on your first run. Silent Hill 1, yeah, no, you get the good or bad ending depending on if you were able to do certain events.
Right. Which does actually, I will say, Matt, does bring up an interesting point about this game in that, like, despite it being super spooky, I would say, especially compared to Resident Evil, somehow I think the developers had even more goofy fun working on this game.
Like, definitely.
Slipping in wacky little things here and there, hence the Silent Hill theme song in Silent Hill 3.
I mean, let's be real here. It's like, I think they always knew, like, if you're going to put in something like New Game Plus, you're already going to be well aware of all the scares, so maybe just add in a whole bunch of stuff to, just take the piss out of it.
Right.
Like in Silent Hill 3, for example, you could literally get a costume that turns the main character into a magical girl.
Right, become God.
Forgot about that one.
Oh my lord. Oh, also
you can do that, and you can make the detective character literally wearing nothing but a coat and boxers.
Oh my lord. I'll say, in terms of the goofiness, it doesn't really happen until the very end, but during the end credits, there's something kind of funny I like that this game does. Ow! Get me in the bus.
Ow.
Get me in the bus.
Whew. Almost bit your nose off.
I wonder if this bus still works. I guess not.
No, everything's all shattered. But more importantly, we get some healing items, and this is another safe spot for me. Let me use some because I'm hurting for some.
Oh yeah, you're in the red.
I got 12 of these.
Like,
I think that's
now that I think about it, I wonder if there really is a hard limit to how many of these things you can have in your pocket.
I don't think there is. I think literally the big difference is that on hard mode, I believe there's less items to go around.
Yeah, like I get the impression that like you could probably hold up to like 99 or even more than that, but there's only so many of them sprinkled throughout the game where you're never going to reach that hard cap.
Right.
I was about to ask if the hard mode would be limited to how much you have to put in, because correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Silent Hill 2 did the same thing on hard or something like that?
Oh, I don't actually remember. I'm looking that up. Do you remember, Matt?
I do not remember. I'll tell everybody. Yeah. Sorry. I'll tell everybody this. I love Silent Hill. I think it is an incredible series. I played the first 4 games. However, it's been 10 years since I played the 4 games. So,
That's
it's
fair.
been a while, and I forgot.
No, you're fine.
Fair enough.
I think also another interesting thing that doesn't happen now. Alchemy Lab, gold in an old man's palm, the future hidden in his fist, exchange for Sage's water.
Pop
This is
quiz,
the-
everybody!
Right, this is the other big thing that Silent Hill did over Resident Evil. Since they knew they weren't going to be playing up more of the combat, they go, darkness brings the choking heat, flames render the silence, awakening the hungry beast, open time's door to beckon the prey. This game goes hard on more cryptic puzzles. Like,
Not only that, it's like, I think in the sequels anyway, I don't know if it started with the first game or if it was just with the sequels that they started. They have a separate difficulty based on just overall, the overall gameplay and the puzzles.
Mm-hmm. And I think that happened in Silent Hill 2 was when they actually started having separate difficulty options.
Yes, they did.
Here it's one single difficulty, but yes, 2 onward they would give you 2 separate difficulties for how hard you want the puzzles and how hard you want the combat, like in terms of, in the sense of like, you know, it's a numbers game. How
Like
hard
in the
can
third,
enemies hit you?
like you can have the game, like the puzzle difficulty so hard in the third game, you literally have to know and have a very extensive knowledge on Shakespeare just to solve it.
Really? Like they won't even tell you? Like you just have to know that?
Sort of, yeah.
Dang. So, for the sake of honesty, I will be playing on normal on all these games, if given the option to, because I'm scared of combat, and my brain ain't so good right now, since the accident.
Not since
The
that one
accident?
time.
The accident. I stubbed my toe once. It really hurt.
Oh.
I never emotionally recovered.
and you had to stay out of school for like 5 weeks.
It's you guys again, but now I have a gun!
Oh.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the monsters, like these particular monsters, are supposed to be based off of like they're supposed to be symbolizing like kids of some sort.
Yes, so...
Yeah, our kids things.
Okay, so I guess...
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, oh yeah, you're not playing this live. I like to note that the gun box is 100% just straight up the Resident Evil, like, bullets box, too.
Yeah.
Like, go look at it. It's... Handgun bullets are both in red boxes in each of these games.
I mean, okay, well, okay, that's fair. I mean, at that point, I just call it, like, you know, they're trying to color-code it. But this one does something weird where, like, rifle ammo is, like, green and shotgun ammo is pink.
Okay, yeah, that is different from
I know it's tied to
Resident.
something, but...
They had to throw them off the trail somehow.
Yeah. Let's just double check. Okay, so I'm here, and I need to move into the next room over. So right now, my main thing is I want to try and solve the puzzle to get into the clock tower's door, since we're still in Dark Silent Hill right now.
You are currently here within Midwich. Go close to the center, and you'll be in the sandwich.
Aww.
Oh.
It's a little specter that kind of walks around and trips occasionally. It's not actually hostile, though.
Okay.
So, I mean, I could start talking about what is going on and why, but I feel like I need to wait a little bit longer. I'll try and give, like, I guess, cryptic hints. Note that, yes, James is right in that what we're seeing are manifestations of someone's perception of school, of rude, vicious, visceral children that cruelly punish you. And then there's that image of that blue, like, very vulnerable, almost scared spirit that is just helplessly running around in fear, kind of thing. So it's like,
otherwise these kids don't play nice.
Also, okay,
So-
really quick. Aside from, like, the enemy and character models, can we all agree, like, the environments look fucking incredible for a PS1 game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it looks
like,
fantastic.
going low poly
Like,
was a really good idea. Like,
The
you can make
lighting,
the texture, like,
the
yeah,
lighting
like
is
this here, like-
incredible.
Like in
It
some
just
ways,
know.
like you can tell in some ways, like this was definitely pushing the PS1 to its limit.
Right.
Yeah, no,
and they could pull it off like shots. Yeah, like shots like that. It developed in a time when dynamic lighting like that wasn't like nowadays. Not to come all like a boomer or whatever, but like
back in our day,
we take it for granted now that like dynamic lighting can just come with most engines, Unreal, Unity, and others like that. Like they come with those things. The hell is that sound? Here's the chemical. I need this. Let's see.
I think someone turned on the meat grinder.
That could be it.
Who's pitching up the dental? Who's pitching up the dental drills now?
That's right.
Hello.
That's right. They mentioned a chemical being used to exchange for a timepiece because the future was in this thing's hand.
And we found it.
Therefore, thus.
Thank God it was only a statue. Imagine if that thing was in the flesh.
Well, unfortunately, we need to get ourselves that timepiece, meaning we must exchange concentrated hydrochloric acid. And that'll do it.
Yeah, totally.
It'll do that, sucker.
And careful now, don't pour that on yourself, why don't you?
You just gave him the dip.
And the gold medallion, which is perfect because we need this. Now we just need to find the silver medallion, and we can continue forward.
I think you just split I think you just split that thing in half.
That's my guess too. Otherwise, damn
Hey,
it.
hey, easy on the family jewels there, buddy.
Otherwise,
don't make me go Lego brick again.
Oh my lord.
Ego prick.
Now, fortunately, enemies cannot follow you. Fortunately, enemies cannot follow you in between rooms.
That's good. I'm sorry, just imagine that for a moment. Those little childlike demons accidentally step on a Lego brick.
Just like that, and they fall apart. I wonder. I should never play any of the Lego games. I grew up with those.
Lego Star Wars? Come on, man, that'd be great.
I mean, yeah, I feel like if we were going to do any Lego game for the channel, I'd say doing the Lego Star Wars ones would make sense.
Should I do the original or the Skywalker saga?
Original.
Because I've always loved the original where they pantomime stuff.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'd say the original wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I'd say definitely the original, and also Sammy and Doug have to be there, or else you will die.
Duly noted.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, I'm just saying, is it weird, like in Lego Marvel or Lego Indiana Jones or Lego Skywalker Saga?
I'm sorry, Doug.
Just hear me out. Is it weird that
You're fine.
Is it weird that I find it off-putting having the Lego characters so smoothly animated with voice acting? Like I've grown up finding it funny. I've grown up finding it funnier when they pantomime the stuff.
No, when they pantomime, because they have to get around certain things to make it clever with the pantomime, and I love it. That's that makes it more clever. That makes it like. There
are some fun bits. Now I will say there are some fun bits, like in the Skywalker saga when Luke is talking with Obi-Wan about his father's like, oh yeah, you were in the Clone Wars, right? And he's holding up, hello little vulnerable ghost. He'll trip. Sorry.
Oops.
You
stepped on it.
I stepped in it. That's different. It's the when Luke holds up the lightsaber, like, oh, you knew my father, right? Holding up the lightsabers, showing off, and Luke has this like face of, yes, I knew your father, like total. Obi-Wan had his look of, yes, absolutely, knew your father. Yep, totally a cool guy.
Comedy like that does work, but overall, I do think that the original Lego games with their comedy is much better. Like
anything pre Lego Batman 2.
That's Oh yeah, was that the first game that introduced the voice acting?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, that was.
I remember all the really lame ass jokes Joker was making in that intro sequence.
Oh no, you're right. Alright, so now let's stop. Now the hands is at 12 o'clock, so let's move forward this way. Let's see. But meanwhile, where was I going with the combat? So the combat, again, it's kind of rudimentary. It's not something I'm going to be engaging with if I can help it. There are required boss battles, though, so I can't avoid it all the time. Hence why it's honestly better to save your ammo for those moments.
Otherwise, just run away like a little pansy if you can.
Yeah, like that's pretty much what I'm going to do. That's pretty much what I'm going to do, is that if there's an opening, if I can...
Hold up Hold up a moment. Did you hear that?
Hold up a moment.
There's a rattling from this cabinet.
Open it.
I don't
Hello?
feel like that red.
Kitty!
Oh. Yeah, just a cat.
Aww, kitty. I need to clean my cat after this.
Oh!
Good news, Matt. You
No!
don't gotta clean up the cat after this.
Shut the fuck up! No!
Oh. What the fuck happened to that poor cat?
We actually will not know until a little bit later. For now, we are still cornered, so let's get rid of these freaking evil students.
I mean, that's fair.
No, back
Big
to class.
meanies.
No, go learn your algebra.
On second thought, work on your English.
That would help too.
I'm sorry for missaying algebra, okay?
Oh, there's this puzzle now. Okay.
Look,
Oh, got a piano.
Blood.
I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I slur my words, okay?
No, you're fine.
fucking-
You're fine. You're fine.
So first came a pelican, white, then a dove, white, flying beyond the pelican as far as he could. So as far as up we can. Then a raven, black, flew higher than the dove, just to show that he could. Then a swan, white, glided in to find a peaceful spot next to another bird. Then a crow, black, comes quickly to a stop, yawning and then napping, who will show the way. So this is referring to the piano keys, white and black. I forget the logic in which ones you have to press. It has been a while since I recorded this footage. I think almost over a year myself since I recorded this all, but let me double check.
Well, we're finally getting to this now, everybody.
Oh, you know what? I see. It's the bloody ones. So which do you press? So I will press them in the order that there was blood on them. So first the pelican. There. Oh, I see. You need to listen for which keys sound weird. So we know which ones did not sound right. So it was the pelican, then the dove flying really high, then the crow, which showed off and flew even higher. Or it was a raven, I forget. Then a swan that stopped by another bird, and then the raven who just went really low and hunkered down and laid for the night. There you go, that's the solution.
And then he went right to sleep.
Okay, so now that was my real time. Oh yeah, that's how this puzzle worked.
That's right. That's how I did it.
All right, let's go back and put this into the clock tower now and be done with this.
The clock
get out.
tower.
That doesn't sound scary.
Let's get out of this.
That's the one!
Oh.
That's the one!
I am thinking of doing clock tower as well at some point. I think.
Oh,
it's
that'd be
a
great.
classic.
I mean,
That'd be great.
yeah, the redo is coming out soon, so.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep, they're bringing it back.
That is true. And that is important because that is technically Clock Tower 1 that was, I think, previously unreleased in America.
I believe so.
Because I just remember that the Clock Tower 1 that we got was technically the sequel that was already on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, yes.
So, and part of me is honestly thinking of doing Clock Tower 3 because although its story is bug nuts at times, I think Clock Tower 3 is very interesting in terms of like, in terms of the basically like imagine Mr. X, but every level is Mr. X, and there's always something chasing after you that you cannot fight until the very end of that level.
I mean, if we're gonna
to
if we're gonna commit to the entire Clock Tower trilogy, I think it only makes sense we also follow that up with Haunting Grounds.
Oh,
Because that is technically a spiritual sequel.
that is true. That is true. Okay,
Also gives us the fluffy little white dog.
Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry.
that-
Haunting. For some reason, we mentioned a dog. My first thought was I thought you were talking about Rule of Rose.
No, I'm talking about Haunting Grounds. The one with I think the dog's name was Howie.
I think so. Let me look.
Yeah.
That up.
Yeah, and
Go ahead.
you played as a girl named Fiona, and you were accompanied by a fluffy white dog named Howie.
Also, we should do the new game inspired by Clock Tower. That
which
is
one
being
was that?
made still. What? Yeah, Logan, what is the name of that one game that you showed us?
Oh, you mean the one the one with the Disney? Oh, you mean the one with the Disney-inspired graphics?
Yeah.
Yes.
I forget the name of it, but yeah, no, that I'm definitely curious to see how that'll turn out.
Definitely got my interest for sure.
Logan, you there?
I think he got pulled away.
Sirens!
Logan!
Oh,
Again,
no. He's
no,
been,
like-
he's been caught.
Like, listen to the sirens. Isn't that creepy?
No, it is.
I can just vaguely hear it.
Exactly. That's what makes it so fucking terrifying.
Most especially if you're literally playing this with the lights off.
Where am I?
You're still in Midwich, I think.
Have I
You're
been-
still in Maine. I think
Yeah.
Silent Hill is in Maine.
I mean, if it's loose, it's got to be loosely inspired by. It's definitely loosely
King.
inspired by
Where would this be?
Stephen King.
Stephen King's. Yeah,
Yeah.
like again, yeah, you're playing as a writer. I guess it came from Maine. I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah, it has to be a reference to, like, Stephen King and all that.
Most likely.
Yeah, boy.
And now we're heading deep into the rusty underground.
Gotta love the rust and the blood.
I think this is the point where we're in the other world now.
Yes.
Oh boy. Yep, when you're in the other world, I'll expect a lot of red and rust.
I had to answer a quick phone call, and I come back and I find that we're already in the nightmare. So
Yep,
welcome
you're in
everybody.
the other world, everybody.
Welcome to the other realm of Silent Hill. I think later on they try to call this Nowhere, but I think Nowhere is referring to more the like a horrible amalgamation of things happening all at once. More on that way later.
So,
in this playthrough.
answer us this quickly, because we kind of forgot the name of that. We were bringing up that other like clock and tower inspired indie game that's coming out relatively soon. Whose graphics are very inspired by like Disney's modern animations, like Beauty and the
Oh
Beast.
yes. Oh god. I know exactly what you're talking about. Crap, I gotta look that up. Hang on. It's like Anne, and it's like something of Goodbye Sweet Anne or something like that.
That's it.
I'm looking that up. Oh no, Goodbye Sweet.
Oh,
Carol.
by the way, okay. Okay.
Bye Sweet Carol with an E at the end. That was it.
Yeah, okay, by the way. Yes, Silent Hill is located in Maine. Specifically
yes.
New England.
Thank
Yes, specifically
you.
the New
Yeah.
England territory.
Thank you, Stephen King. Because I guess that's another thing. Didn't they say that Stephen King was like a huge inspiration with some of this stuff, with his
I mean, it
thriller
has to be.
suspense stuff?
It has to be.
A picture card of a key on it. Fair enough. Why not? There's almost
Let
never.
me
There's almost
take
never.
that sunbit.
There's almost never a time you want. There's almost never a time you don't want to be a. What the hell am I trying to say? Kleptomaniac. Take anything that isn't nailed down, including lives. Get off of me. I got a gun.
Stop touching my kneecaps!
Those are mine, and those are for me and my podiatrist alone to touch.
I have earned these Lego pieces.
Listen, it took me ages and so much money just to build this much bigger haunted mansion. I will not let you take it away from me.
I'm gonna
No one
build
can
it
stop
all
me.
myself. No one. You hear me? Oh, look, that healing vial.
Oh, look at
So
that.
yeah, all we all know is that this is, I guess, as it's most often referred to in the movie and the sequel games, this is the nightmare Silent Hill, where suddenly everything becomes rusty and grungy and industrial. And Doug, break this man like Lego pieces. That was perfectly timed to mine with that
It
leg
was.
shot. Just
It was so perfectly timed.
I keep saying this. I don't remember if I even said this in recordings. Every time I do something, it's always on perfect timing, and it's not
It
even by
works.
coincidence.
You're
It
good. You're
j-
good. You're,
it
you're,
just
you're a good
works.
funny man. You're good. You're with us. You're a good man.
I like my
You're- you're-
timing.
You're a good man, Dougie Brown. So,
Never call me that again.
all right, fair enough. All right, let's continue forward. My goal is to finish off this session with completing Act 1, which is getting out of this nightmare school.
So oddly enough, I'm like trying to look for any references to Stephen King that they mentioned in the development of this game.
Here we go.
Nobody ever references Stephen King in the development of Silent Hill.
Huh.
Yet they had it
Because
in Maine.
this feels like this feels like a whole like Resident
I'm
Evil.
just gonna check off some boxes here, just real quick. Takes place in Maine, stars a writer, has a child who, spoilers, has psychic powers, and they're gonna expect me to believe that Stephen King had absolutely zero like
No, it's not like they're claiming Stephen King didn't have any influence. It's just I'm looking up, like, all of those screams, oh, it's a Stephen King type thing. Which, by the way, actually, speaking of Stephen King, watch the remake of It. It is really good, and it gives you that Silent Hill feel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I highly suggest watching it. Not part 2, though. Part 2 is okay.
I've never seen part 2.
But no interviews is having them, like, directly, like, name drop them?
Yeah, nobody directly mentions, like, Stephen King at all.
Interesting.
Isn't Harry Mason himself supposed to be based off of anybody?
I mean, again, like, the whole writer thing makes me think of, like, a classic. Oh, here's some shotgun shells.
Yo.
Purple box.
Do we
Which
even have a
must
shotgun?
mean, I think the shotgun. It'll be later, unfortunately. I don't think it's here
Oh,
yet.
it's somewhere else.
Maybe if I go back in here. Anything new happening in this bathroom since I last was here? Nope, nothing.
No.
You ever have those days where you take care of your business, literally a minute or two later, oh wait, that business ain't finished.
Oh, hang on. This is new.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Oh.
Oh, sorry to disturb you.
Someone had a really weird kink.
I love that this right here is literally just, do you dare? This guy doesn't ever, like, actually wake up and, like, haunt you. It's just, do you dare pick up that shotgun? I promise nothing bad is going to happen.
I may or may not hex you. Just
But
saying.
no. Yeah, no, he doesn't do anything. So.
Wink, wink.
Got ourselves a shotgun. Don't
I
use
mean,
it
I
on these
guess-
guys. There's no point. Roaches!
Yeah. Hello. Wait, roaches.
Yeah, now we have to deal with roaches. They do pitiful damage, but they move very swiftly, so make sure to have a good hit scan gun on them.
Joyous.
Fuck
or have
roaches.
a good weapon. I know.
Of course, this
Apparently
place had to have roaches.
To date this video, today I learned that apparently France is going through a hell of a bedbug, like, infestation, like, and I mean, like,
Really?
all of France.
Yeah.
God damn.
Really?
Yeah, it's not
What
good.
they
Like, we're talking.
what do they do to start arousing them?
I don't know. Like, they just got ever like legitimately. You could go to a movie theater, sit down, and by the time the movie's over, there was a bed bug inside the seat that had bitten you.
God damn.
Like, they're everywhere.
Jesus.
Oh, hang on. Who could this be?
Well, they better get the greatest exterminator in the world to take care of them all.
Hello?
Hello?
Sweetie, I understand that the algebra test is tomorrow, but Daddy has to do a raid in League of Legends before the competition is over, and then oh, where is she? Cheryl, my dear. Oh no. Hang up. That's a problem for future Harry to deal with.
But,
For now,
by
we're
the
gonna
way,
go inside the
okay.
store.
By the way, there is one possible reference to Stephen King himself directly.
Oh?
Hmm.
Later in the series, in 3, Harry and Cheryl move to Portland, Maine, which is where Stephen King grew up.
Oh, and again, he's a writer, so I mean, that makes sense to me. Okay, so here's our
I guess
little puzzle.
I guess it is
In
funny
this
'cause
drain-
oh, sorry.
Just real quick, the puzzle is that in this drain there is a key that is hanging just barely out of reach, and this drain does lead back to the very bottom, like the grassy planter area. I could turn on this drainage valve, but even if I were to open the drainage valve, as I will demonstrate, turn. It does flood some water, which I could use to knock the key down, but it hits that drain first.
Oh,
So we gotta find a way to plug it up and prevent the water from going down. I don't want to waste water in this nightmare economy. You kidding me? The utility bills are
even in the other world, you have to follow the age-old rule of waste not, want not.
Apparently, we're gonna use this to plug it up.
A rubber ball.
That's fortunately thick enough. There we go. How you're supposed to figure that out? I don't know. Just
I mean, it's a circular hole. What would you plug it up with? Something that's also circular in shape.
that. Yeah, that's fair. This game tries to blend some point-and-click adventure logic in it at times. It happens at times, but otherwise, if you like puzzles, you'll be fine. And huzzah!
There you go. Now you'll fill up the other hole, and hopefully that'll give you the key.
Even just really quick, even just the effects of the water draining down that, there is some quality to this, the soft rain that you see occasionally. I think this game, like, if you go into it expecting, which thankfully I think we're in a new, like, renaissance of, like, low poly horror and stuff. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Basically, if you notice the map, it went all the way down to that drainage ditch in the courtyard.
Oh.
So I'll just quickly go to the courtyard, and we'll go to where this drain pipe is. Be right back. And just come out here, go to the left. Here it is.
Huh. There it be.
But no, I just think, like, especially since we're in this new renaissance of going back to, like, low poly horror and stuff, like, this is, like, now this era has become the new, you know, Super Nintendo Earthbound mother, like, put it in everything, indie game, fan game stuff. I think this game's visuals do hold up for what they were going for.
Yep.
So I guess I should ask, Doug, Matt, James, so have you played, so when you played this, was this the first Silent Hill game you played, or did you, like, get introduced to the franchise elsewhere?
2.
Alright. How about you, Doug?
Yeah, 2 was the first one I played. I really did like it.
Well, I will
Stop
definitely
touching my
be expecting you
kneecaps.
to do that. I'll ruin my day.
For me, it's actually it's gonna actually come to a shock. I never played the Silent Hill games, but I did hear about the first or second game a long ass time ago. I don't know where, but
Okay.
somewhere.
Have you ever been curious to give him a shot?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I just need to be in the right mood set to even play the games.
Yeah.
That
And
is fair.
I'll also say there was one big thing, like, remind me about this, please, that I do want to mention about this game when we get to the final episode and all that.
Oh, okay. Let's see, I think I got lost. I think I got the wrong. Oh no!
God damn it, we're being
Oh, there
damn
it
it,
is.
hold on, damn it, we're being chased by the piano from Mario 64.
Oh my god,
The mad piano's out on the loose.
dude! If someone were to put that into this game, that'd actually be incredible. Imagine. Okay, Matt.
Yeah.
Wait. Like, okay, take your freaking big boy pants or whatever, like, off or whatever. Like, don't take them off actually, but just imagine they're not there imagine they're not there for a moment. Imagine walking down this hallway with reduced visibility, and then you just see a clonking piano coming towards you down the hall.
There's that, and you also just hear the fucking clanging it does when it's literally alive.
And the piano has teeth. It is a mimic piano. I would be scared.
Right? Oh,
Oh.
we're back here in the Nightmare Realm now.
Oh, same locker and
Kitty?
everything.
Does Matt need to clean up after you?
Are you doing
Shut
okay in
up.
there, kitty?
2319.
2319!
Oh.
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 That's not a 2319.
Nothing inside. Well,
Oh boy.
that was disappointing. Well, nothing for it but to just continue back on our adventure.
Oh!
Wrong locker, dumbass!
What was that? Oh, that's the cat!
That was very
I think
rude.
it's a little too big to be a cat.
Hold on. He had something. Yep. Yeah, by the way, I think just like Resident Evil, this game has tank controls.
Yeah,
Yep.
it does.
Alright, onwards. So,
That poor cat. Well, at least he gave us a key. At least he had a key for our troubles.
It's a
we evolved
catastrophe.
into a dead cat. Anyway, where's going with this? What was I mentioning? Crap. We mentioned that. We mentioned the game. We mentioned. James, did you get introduced to this series? Like, how did you happen upon Silent Hill? While Star Run from Life.
I primarily got exposed to this game just from watching Let's Plays of it, namely from Super Game Brothers and from Scratch.
Oh
I
my
haven't
gosh,
really
is
played
there
it.
any... I feel like I'm playing catch up. They played every game. I feel like now playing Scratch and SGB.
For the most part, they didn't touch all the really bad ones. If that means anything.
Also, thank God you can move in this game when you shoot.
You can move and shoot at the same time. Wouldn't take till the fourth game for Resident Evil to start doing that.
No, even the fourth game doesn't do that.
Nope. Only if you play in VR. Then you can move and
That's
shoot. At the
right.
same
Technically
time.
didn't start till RE5. So
No,
Yeah.
actually, it didn't start until 6.
what?
Oh my
I thought you could
lord.
also do it. I thought you could also do it in 5.
No,
Actually,
5
no,
is
you're-
mostly
no, I
standing
don't
around
believe so,
shooting.
Yeah, no, they do. They
Lord.
still keep it. Yeah. How about this? Thank goodness you can do that in Resident Evil 7. Oh, hang on. There's a very important thing. Basically, there was a big lizard monster. Someone must have read this storybook as a child, and the guy taunted the reptile, And
Who's afraid of the big bad reptile?
the reptile said, "I'll take you, I'm gonna swallow you up," and hissed, and to show off that he could swallow him in one bite, he opened its mouth incredibly wide, and then fucked around and found out and got shot with a bow. So that is going to be very much something we want to keep in mind, especially if you're playing on hard mode, for how to dispatch a upcoming boss, actually.
Oh boy.
Is that something is only vulnerable when something is only truly vulnerable when its mouth is open. Where's going with this?
Hold on. I just imagine it's like, you're not so tough. Oh yeah, I'm tougher than you think. Prove it. Open your mouth wide and swallow me in one shot. Okay, I will. Ah! Oh, you were tricking me.
It was a ruse.
Also, geez, Harry, what weird-ass fairy tales were you reading as a kid?
You were just bringing up flattery for my attention as a killer, as a diversion. Sorry, I like that character and his voice actor from the movie.
Oh yeah, no, for Jermaine Clement, yeah, as a
Jermaine Clement is a
division.
good man. Are you just trying to get me to talk about myself? Because if so, I will gladly do so.
Yeah, I will gladly do so. In song form!
Because of course they had to, because he was from frickin' what was the
Fly
band
the
called
Concords.
again?
Fly the
Fly the
Concords,
Concords,
yeah.
so of course he had
Of
course they had to.
And for anybody wanting to know a Fly the Concords song to listen to, go listen to The Most Beautiful Girl in the Room.
In the Room.
Yep.
My personal favorite is still I'm Not Crying.
That one's good. But no, I just love the look around the room, I can tell that you are the most beautiful girl in the room. In the whole wide room. Ooh.
In the whole wide room.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
And when you're on the street, depending on the street, I bet you are definitely in the top 3. Good looking girls on the street. Yeah. Ooh, depending on the street. Ooh.
Well, isn't there... Oh, real quick. James first, then me.
I was just gonna say, like, when you keep picking up all those bottles, I'm just thinking to myself, do you think Harry ever stops to look at the expiration date on those things?
Doesn't matter.
Nope.
I'm thirsty.
What does a health drink even taste like?
Tastes like...
Honestly, they look
Shit.
like knockoff Red Bulls, so...
I mean, you say that, I was gonna say it probably tastes like cough syrup.
So we have ourselves a quick
Probably.
little puzzle. It works like those old timey pedestrian gates when you're at a theme park to rotate it. So I just need to find a way to make it so that both are not blocking my path. Simply we just turn this to the right. Then I believe I want to swap over to the left valve. You have all the time in the world, by the way, to figure this out. So it's just a simple little positioning puzzle.
Hey Harry, what's that thing behind you?
Oh god, that actually reminds me of one of my favorite suspenseful moments of the game Dark, D-A-R-Q.
Uh-huh.
You're solving a rotation rolling ball puzzle, and as you're solving it, suddenly the camera zooms away to show that something is approaching you from behind, as you're trying to solve this puzzle, and it has your back to it, and it's you see it getting closer. It's a really good moment of suspense, I think. Anywho, if you can believe it, we're actually approaching the end of Act 1.
Oh boy.
Hey.
Oh shit.
The Lizard.
Go back to Spider-Man.
I don't want to go back to Spider-Man. Okay, I'm gonna give you a gun then.
Wait, no,
Lizards roasting on an open fire.
No, you better go back to Spider-Man in a little
Oh,
over 2
Jesus.
weeks or else.
Equip the old sawed off. Open up. Open up in there.
Open up your big fat lip.
So it can ram you, and that can deal some damage. When it opens its mouth, do not get caught, or else that is an insta-kill on any difficulty.
Oh.
So
Oh, really?
wait for it to open its mouth. There it is. Pop it a couple times, and it's dead.
Just like that.
Some of its boss battles are more so puzzles than actual fights, but you just gotta
Yeah.
be quick on the draw. With that, the Siren. The Siren, actually, in some weird ways, yes, as Matt mentioned, it can be incredibly stressful and suspenseful of what is happening, but it also can signify when the end of the nightmare has concluded.
Also, hey, who's
Yeah.
this?
That does not look familiar to me, but she is going to be, unfortunately, very much a foe, or at least a force to be reckoned with here.
She's important to the plot.
And it looks like we saw her just as the nightmare was ending, because since we were in the generator where it was in the nightmare realm, so we're dealing with like parallel worlds where like suddenly, now that we've finished our time in the nightmare, we're back in quote-unquote regular Silent Hill, and now church bells are ringing.
Oh boy.
Guess church is in session.
Which does mean
Hold on, where?
that key will get us into a house that'll get us close to the church.
So
But go ahead.
Where'd she go? Bingo?
Oh my lord.
You sounded so upset with that one.
Because I know exactly what you're doing. Let's reload.
You know, I'm sure there's many churches that have their own bingo nights, so I mean, the line was totally appropriate.
Ha.
Hey Logan, gotta
Oh my
love
lord,
that.
that's
they
why
cut-
you mentioned, because the bell. Oh my god. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Lord
just. I thought you were just trying to make another reference to Resident Evil, but no, it actually makes perfect.
Yes, exactly.
sense. Fair, thematically appropriate. Let's go.
One day, everybody. One day.
So we're gonna head out, and I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, but I don't think we brought this up already, but yeah, we are planning on doing the remake for RE4, and what we were planning on doing with the classic can still apply to the remake.
Yep.
Right.
So stay tuned for that.
You will get to be Matt's gun.
Oh boy. Yeah, but that said, thank you so much for joining for session 1. We expect at least 2 more videos of this. Next time, I got myself a date with a church girl.
Can we get some rest first? I mean, I know we're in the middle of a foggy town full of demons, but even I need to get some shut-eye.
I need to take a rest, otherwise I'm gonna...